I want to talk about a ball security and a pad level technique that I like to utilize, calling roll it. I call it rolling the shoulder. All right, it's a way, going back to our single hand ball security discussion, a way for us to keep the elbow tucked, protect the football. Okay, I have a near ball defender, but he's not in the strike zone. We talked about the 2-yard radius being a strike zone. He's a little outside of that strike zone, and so it's not a same foot, same shoulder situation. Okay. It's not a grab the watch situation because he's not a true near ball defender. Okay. And so this is where we want to elude the defender, the arm tackle. We want to be able to reduce surface and torque our body. Okay. Protecting the football, but reducing the width of our body. All right. And so you'll see this in the drill work, and it will show how it shows up on film. Okay. Going back to our previous discussion earlier, we always want to try to keep, no more than 10 yards in our drill structure, okay, because we want to incentivize the detail and the technique by the running back, okay? We also I don't want these guys getting on autopilot, and so I want them to have to avoid and then work their way back vertical and then create true muscle memory, okay, and setting up the defender and then being able to, once again, kind of we talked about, we want to reduce surface and we want to roll the shoulder to elude the arm tackle or completely elude the defender. All right. And this is the most efficient way to not stop our feet and be able to stay with that vertical mindset that we talked about keeping. Okay. Another key element, eyes up. All right. Eyes have to be up in order for us to have success in this strike zone or in this contact zone whenever defenders show up. All right. So that's the number one criteria to even have a chance to succeed when you get to the defender is eyes up. Okay. And then we want to work selling it vertical, and then we want to roll the shoulder. We want all the wrist above the elbow tucked and everything, all those components, but we want to torque our body and reduce our surface area for the defender to tackle. All right. You'll see a couple instances of the drill here. Right, so now he's coming off, he's reacting, getting back vertical, and notice how he has to get his feet, he has to reestablish his feet and create a true muscle memory outside of if we were doing a static drill where, okay, there's a cone here and there's a cone there, okay, then I'm not creating true muscle memory, I'm just kind of getting good at the drill. And so the ball is a way to be able to force them to have to react, okay, so we're still in a jump cut or any type of footwork action, but then it's forcing them to have to load up and be able to adapt according to the defender that when he shows up and get their feet corrected. And so as you see there, he's doing a really good job of keeping his eyes up and then torquing his body, rolling the shoulder, as we say. Okay. Here's another way that we'll do it. Okay. So I'll just stand here and they could go one way or the other. Okay. This one I told him ball in the left hand. And he's just reacting, and then he's setting the tackler up, and then we're just emphasizing that ball security element of it. Okay, so that would be like if a guy was coming off a tackle or something like that, where we don't have to set it up like you saw that in a previous clip, but we still want to exaggerate the technique of rolling our shoulder, okay, and keeping our eyes up on contact. So this would be like a situation where there's less frequency involved between us and the defender. Once again, a true arm tackle, a guy being blocked, trying to come off a block, situations like that. Okay, and so you see, but the common denominator is that torquing of our body or rolling the shoulder, and we want to be able to keep our eyes up and reduce surface in order to be able to just continue our vertical trajectory. Okay, and so here you see here again, just a different way to kind of rep what we're talking about is just that exaggerated roll of the shoulder, okay, and expecting to come out of that and get into the end zone or get past to the next level and next line of defense. And so as you see here, we're just working that exaggerated eyes up, okay, exaggerated roll of the shoulder, and then finish, okay. Okay, one more drill clip, and then we'll get to the game stuff, how it translates over to a game film. All right. Okay, so here we go. How it pertains in the game. We want to always, number one, protect the football. And so this is a way that we can keep the ball reinforced into our body, keep that elbow tucked, wrist above the elbow. We want to always keep that ball attached to our body, but we want to be able to try to create and eliminate some reduce some surface area for the defender to be able to slow our vertical path down with. And so you'll see here, okay, as you see here, so he's coming off. He had to use a club with the offhand, and now I'm creating, reducing my surface right here, forcing it, number one, protecting the football, but number two, forcing an arm tackle. And ultimately, it led to him being able to come out of that and fall forward for an extra yard or two after contact. All right. And so once again, we talked about it with our same foot, same shoulder. We want to just force these guys to tackle us for 4 quarters. All right. We feel good about our chances if we're making it hard for these guys to tackle us for 4 quarters. All right. And so that's what these techniques, they're the little intricacies that sometimes give us a chance for a home run, but also it just continues to put the pressure on the defense and forces them to be where they're supposed to be and to have elite technique when they get to the, when they're coming and approaching us on the tackle. And so as you see here, okay, we're here. We want to roll the shoulder, reduce surface, and create that opportunity for an arm tackle. Okay, the defender ended up making it, right? But we forced him. He had to use great technique. Okay, if he's a step short, or if he doesn't run his feet through contact, we're coming out of that, and we're not only just adding 2 yards like we did here, we're adding even more. All right, and so that's what we really want to emphasize that within this drill structure, and with this coaching point is we're just giving ourselves a chance for a home run. Okay, and if we settle for only getting 3 or 4 extra yards out of contact, we'll always live with that. All right. See a couple more instances of when this type of situation shows up when we really want to roll the shoulder, okay, and when this kind of comes into play. So you'll see here once again. So this is kind of where we had the hand shields, where we're just kind of having a running backs pop and punch at the ball. Okay, it's with guys being blocked, and we just it's not a high frequency situation, but it could be if we don't use this technique. Okay, and so you see here. He rolled it. We're protecting the football, which is first and foremost, but he's giving himself a chance to run through this. Okay. We added 3 yards after contact on this play. Could have been more. Guy did a good job of he got a piece of our leg, and we need to run through that. But ultimately we did our job. Okay, we got to the right spot and we added yards after contact. We gave ourselves a chance, to hit the home run. All right, and so that's what we're working towards each time we're utilizing this technique. Okay, some more in-game situations where this shows up, where this technique is needed. Okay, so as you see here, okay, we want to roll that shoulder. And here you see this is a little tougher. This is a pretty tough situation because, he's got a guy, tackle him low. Going back to the beginning, we got our eyes up, all right? And he's giving himself a chance. He reduces his surface area, okay? Ultimately makes that guy miss. That if this guy didn't show up, we got a chance for the home run play now. And it all goes back to having that technique. Rolling the shoulder, reducing surface, and he has his eyes up. So now he has an opportunity to have success when he gets to that spot.